I feel like a story that was really just kind of like came and gone, and it's like I'm just now processing it. And I don't even know where I heard this for the first time, but the story that Marie Kondo, the woman who wrote the book, like Tidying Up, she had a whole dang Netflix show. Like her whole thing was being tidy. And then, like, just really, just casually, she's like, yeah, I'm not going to do that anymore. Like, she was like, really just, she didn't really make a big splash of it. And maybe it was a big splash and like it just didn't, the water just didn't reach me. But like, I feel like she very nonchalantly was like, oh yeah, my whole freaking thing, my whole deal, my whole identity, just no. No, I actually like completely disagree. Like I read this article and she's just like, yeah, it's like you can't be like tidying 24/7. Like you have to like play with your kids. You have to do this, you have to do that. And it was just like, I don't know. It's like before I was saying this out loud right now, it was like I sort of found it like, I think it's like the impression that she left on me is like, it's like I feel like she just like did this whole thing and then she really like didn't take much responsibility for being like, never mind. But as I say it out loud now, it's like, of course she's allowed to change her mind. Like, I'm happy for her. She's growing, she's changing, she's evolving. It's like, as she should. I think it's just a tough situation because it's like you told so many people about this. Like, it wasn't like you told, like, your immediate friends and family. It's like you sort of like chastise the entire world, gaslit the entire world into thinking like they were so messy, and some people are, and then now you're just like, actually you were fine. But then it's like when I pull all the way out, it's like, well, you shouldn't really depend on anyone for any of your like, it's like you can hear people's thoughts, you can pick and choose what you want to take, but it's like, if people are like, oh my God, I threw away all my shit. It's like she didn't actually make you do those things. It's like she had a Netflix show and wrote a book about it and you chose to listen to her. It's a really interesting case, actually. And I don't know. I just came across that the other day and I've once again just been absolutely tidying and purging. I'm like, okay, she jumped ship. I'm like, we don't need her. We're moving on without her. Like, I do think just cleanliness is just a huge part of the equation. Like, I don't know. I've just been keeping, like, especially my living room. Like, my living room, it's like, if anyone walked in right now, I'd be like, yeah, come in. Like, I have nothing to hide. Like, it looks fucking incredible in here. It's hard right now if you're watching on YouTube. It's like I have to rearrange everything to film this. So it's like you can't really grasp the full scope. But yeah, I've just been like really happy with it. And it's like, it's not like a shallow thing. Like, it does make me happy that everything is like cute and clean and like green plants. I got flowers again this morning at Trader Joe's. I mean, it's a new moon, it's a new moon today. And yeah, I was like, I had gotten flowers, I said whenever it was. And then I think I got them one more time. But then this morning I was like, I'm getting flowers. Like before I even went to the market, I was like, I'm getting flowers. And then as I started driving there, or when I was there, because I was holding so much stuff, I got more groceries than I intended. And then so of course I have the thought, I'm like, do I really need flowers? Like, do you really need them? And it's like, no, of course I don't need them. It's like, but I do want them. And I do just kind of want, like, I was like, well, what's it for? Like, so what? Oh my God. And as I fucking said that whole thing about flowers, I'm looking out the window. I see a man bringing this gorgeous mixed bouquet. I've never seen him before. Is he the one? He's going into, he's going up to a door. I can't see it anymore. It's like, is he the actual deliverer? Like, are those from him, or is he like a fucking, like Uber person that's like, someone's like, yeah, I want to do something nice, but like, I don't want to drive over there and do it, And it's like, I get it. There's circumstances, people are working, but wow, that was, it looked like a just absolutely delightful mix. Wow. Okay. I mean, he has to like emerge soon, so I'll keep you posted. But yeah, like I was just like, no, I'm celebrating just being alive. Like I'm just like, so what? It's like a random week in November. Like it's not Thanksgiving. It's not Hanukkah. It's not a holiday. It's not my birthday. Like it's Monday. Like congratulations, it's Monday. We've made it to another awesome week. Like let's celebrate it, Like so much of the time, I know so many people do this. It's like I'm just waiting for this date in the future to like do all these things that I want to do. And it's like, yeah, like in the future when I have a house, then I'll like buy flowers and like do all the stuff that would make me happy. And it's like, so just do it now. So just do it now. There's 48 days left in the year. And it's like, listen, two options. You can either start getting after it right now. And by you, I mean we can either start getting after it right now. And then so when the clock hits January 1st, you'll go, oh, great. I'm 48 days already into this like new life that I've created. Oh, awesome. I've already been living the way I wanted to live. Like, oh, I'll do it in the new year for 48 days. I recently read it takes 66 days to create a habit. So, we're not going to do that kind of math here on episode 138. And I actually messed up last week was 137. But yeah, we're not going to be getting into just equations like that in this episode, So whatever 66 minus 48 is, I mean, I guess we could do a quick romp. It's hard. It's hard while you're talking. 2, 10, 12 plus 7, 19. You're 19 days shy. No one do the math to corroborate if that's right or not. So you could do that. You could start now. Or you could go, whatever. It's like year's almost over. I might as well just like finish the year with like my bad habits. And yeah, I'll start everything good next year. It's like, okay. And then it hits January 1st and it's like, whatever mood you're in could dictate your entire freaking year. It's like, absolutely not. Like, I really just thought of it. Like, so many things go back to that Nuggets game where they won in the last freaking second. I mean, it goes back to a recent Nuggets game, actually. Last Saturday, they were playing Chicago. Was it last Saturday? I believe so. And it's like they were no, sorry. God, was it Chicago or was it New Orleans? Okay, no. Last week, some weekday, they were playing the Pelicans and they were getting destroyed, like absolutely destroyed, taken apart limb for limb. And they just weren't making baskets at all. And then on the contrary, the Pelicans were making so many threes, like they couldn't miss. And it's like at a certain point, you're like, the math is not adding up. Like, it's like, the other team is making only threes and they're not even making anything. Like, it's just, I don't even know if it's possible. So to end the second quarter, they like maybe cut it to like 14, 13, 12, something like that. And then like the third quarter comes and these bitches just start to absolutely dominate. Like they are absolutely taking no for no answers. They're not taking no for an answer. And they end up winning. Like it's a crazy kind of comeback. And that's third quarter, So it's like, I know we're deeper into the third quarter of the year than that, but it's like, I'm going to count everything before December. I'm going to count this as the third quarter. I think fourth quarter starts December 1st. So I'm like, okay, just sort of giving into the year right now would be like if I'm the Nuggets and I go into the third quarter and I'm like, well, we're down, so I guess I'm just going to stop trying. Like, I guess we just lost this one. It's like, that's insane, and they would never do that. So why should we? Oh my God, welcome the fuck in. Yeah, I got hydrangeas. They're like bluish white and more blue than white, just sort of a gorgeous like bluish periwinkle. And last time I put them in like a big vase, all three of them. And then this time I just had this notion. I was like, you know what? I just kind of want like little, like I put one on my desk, one puff in a smaller vase, and then put the other two in each individual smaller vases. And it's like, that's an option too. We have options. Anyways, did I open this with Marie Kondo? Okay. I like it. So I had what I'm about to say has gone through so many iterations. Okay, so on Friday, I got my haircut. Okay, I was like, I want to get my haircut. Like, it's like, it feels really dead. Like, it's really long. And I was like, but actually, I just kind of want to get the dead ends cut off. Like, that's all I want to do. Like, I still kind of want it long. Like, I'm sort of channeling like a Rachel in like the season of Friends where her hair was just like literally unreal. Like, it was so long and straight and perfect. Like, it was crazy. So that's what I'm sort of channeling right now. That's like what I'm going for. So I was like, you know what? I'm just going to get my dead ends cut off. That's it. And so I go to Supercuts. I see my girl Heather. Like, she's truly a fucking Michelin star chef working at an Arby's. Like, I'm just like, I don't know why she works at Supercuts. Like, literally, she just has the touch. She just has the skill. Like, it's crazy. And so when you go to Supercuts, it's like I'm able to just get my ends cut off because it's only $29. So it's like, I'm not like, fuck, I'm paying upwards of $100 for this haircut. Like, I'm not just going to get like half an inch cut off. Like, that's insane. Like, I have to make it worth my while, even though I want my hair a certain length and I just want it to be healthy. But since I'm paying so much money, like, I have to get it cut. So, you know, it will like justify it to me. Oh my God. I like keep looking at my hair. It actually looks incredible. Okay. So I'm like, no, I'm just going to get the ends cut off. I do just that. And Heather listens. She's not one of those hairdressers that are like, you say you want your dead ends cut off, but like in her mind, she's like, she doesn't know what she wants. Like, I know what she wants. Like, Heather respects what you're saying to her. She just respects it. What you ask of her is what she motherfucking delivers. So I just get my dead ends cut. And like, even like while I'm doing it, I'm like, oh boy, I'm like, am I not getting enough? But I'm always like factoring in, I forget that it's Heather and I'm factoring in that like, she's probably going to cut more than I asked for. I get up, I look on the ground. I'm not seeing much hair, you know, like I'm like hoping to see more than I thought. I'm not seeing much. And I'm like, okay. I go home, I blow dry my hair. It feels really fresh. Feels really fucking fresh and I'm really happy about it. And I'm like actually elated about it. And then the next day I'm like telling my boyfriend, like I go on a whole spiel. I'm like, okay, just getting your tips cut is like the end all be all. Like, your hair still gets to be healthy. Okay, you get it. I'm like going off. Then I straighten my hair for a show on Saturday and it's like really long. And I'm just like, fuck, like it all comes crashing down. I'm like, what was I actually thinking getting my hair cut this little? Like, even if it's just $29, like you can still cut like a full inch. Like, what the hell were you thinking? And now I'm like kind of spiraling. I'm like, should I call Supercuts and like tell Heather the situation and be like, if I come tomorrow, can I do like a half price thing? Like, whatever. Like, I'm just like, I'm absolutely just spinning. And I'm like, I can't deal with this right now. Like, I just need to chill. Like, I just need to like take a beat. Like, okay, whatever. Even if like I go the rest of November with this hair and then like in December, I'll cut it a little more, fourth quarter. Then I wake up today because it's like my hair always looks good 2 to 3 days later. Like, if I think I've already talked about this. I'm sure I have. If I want my hair good on Monday, I'm washing it probably Friday. Probably washing it Friday, maybe Saturday. So I woke up this morning and my hair is just like, it's giving me life. And I'm just like, oh yeah, because then I was going to come on the podcast and be like, okay, never mind. Like, I thought it was such a genius thing to get your tips cut, but now like it wasn't a genius thing, and now it's come full circle and I'm back landing on that it is a genius thing. So that's the full story. Like, it's so boring. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I just finished a great book, Gift from the Sea. And it was a gift to me from the author as well as the sea. It's really simple. It's really good. It's really unique. I would highly recommend it. Quick read. Talking 130 pages, like there's not that much on each page. Like, it's just, it's great. It's great. I actually don't know what I'm parlaying to. If my Amazon book gets here today, that's what I'll parlay into. It's called The Mountain Is You. So we'll see if the mountain's me. I mean, I'm sure it is, but I don't know about today, but I'm praying it comes. And, oh yeah, so one of the things, there's so many powerful things in Gift from the Sea, but one of them that I really, really spoke to me is like, we all know this, like, time, it's so limited, it's so precious. And it's like, you make plans with people. Oh, let's get coffee. Okay. You get to coffee. Basically, the timer starts. Like, you're on the clock. It's like, okay, tell me everything about your life. Okay, now I'm going to tell you everything about my life. Like, it's just like, and there's no real connectivity. Like, it's like, and by the time you could sort of get into something a little more, it's like you have to go. It's like you can't stay there all day, and it's just like, what's that really doing? She's comparing it to like she took this like 2-week break and like lived in like a little beach house on the beach, and like just how time was different, and just how like when you are spending time with someone, it's like you have times where you're just not even talking. You're just existing together and like connecting non-verbally, and then it's like later you guys start talking, and then you dip back in, and then you dip back out. It's like there's just time, and it's like, it's so true. It's like meeting someone for coffee or like to catch up is just like so chaotic. It's like, hey, like let me summarize my life for the past 4 months like in 20 minutes, and like, yeah, just like, it's, I don't know if this is translating, but yeah, I recommend the book. I was thinking, I'm like, is Tuesday even the best day to release this podcast? Like, I would love to take some sort of a poll. I don't know how to do that though. Like, besides asking people to like write into the email, or I don't know what like the best way to take the temperature on that is. But yeah, it's like, I was just thinking, I'm like, yeah, I just happened to do it on a Tuesday, and then it's like, I've just stayed with it. But I'm like, does anyone even like that? Do I even like that? I don't know. If you have an opinion on it, I'd love to hear it. Just tossing that out there. The rumors are absolutely true. I will be performing in Oxnard, California this weekend at Levity Live, Friday, Saturday, and one show on Sunday. Wouldn't you know it? I could have gone to a Rockets Clippers game on Friday. I was offered these tickets before the James Harden trade, and there's nothing I can do about it now. And it's like, listen, when I'm at the shows, I'm at the shows. I'm there. I'm nowhere else. I'm present. I'm going to give it all I have. But I do wish I was going to the Rockets Clippers game on Friday. I will say that. I'll go ahead and say that. So that kind of hurts. I don't want to jinx it, but I may have found like my permanent, like a makeup trick, or just like what is gonna work for me. It's like you're on TikTok and they're just like, you need this, you need this, you need this, you need this. And like today, finally, it's like I'm using the beauty blender, I'm contouring, like I'm doing this, I'm doing that. And then today I was just like, I don't know. It's like, even though this is supposed to be no makeup, it like still just like seems like I'm wearing makeup. So I just, and I'll probably cut this out, so I'm just going to keep going. Probably the best thing I got at the Sephora sale was the Saie super glowy something it's called, in like the bronze one. It's called Sun Glow, I think. And what I did today, and it's like, I don't like using my beauty blender. Like, it's just annoying. It's like, you have to wet it, you have to dry it. It's like, okay, relax. So, and I'll never forget when Emrata did her like Vogue Get Ready with me, and she was like, I don't even fuck with blenders and brushes. She's like, I just do everything with my hands. I'm like, that's a nice thought, but it's like, I feel like it just doesn't translate. But then today I put a couple swipes of my Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Filter. I don't even know what it is, on my hand. And then I pumped one pump of the Saie Glowy Oil and mixed them together and just like blended them in. Not much, like took a little with my fingers, blended it in. It's like, I think this is my favorite. How my, like, I don't even know if it's translating on film, but it's like in real life, like it's unreal. It's stunning. It's glowy. It's understated. It's gorgeous. Like, if you look at the video on YouTube, Chase Burn 3000, I'm still trying to get to 1,000 followers. Like, I don't know what you guys think this is. It's not a game to me at all. My skin is so freaking glowy. It's insane. It's insane. All right, I don't know. There's books to read, there's words to write, there's walks to take. And yes, you may quote me for your local newspaper on that. It's been an honor and a privilege to be here with you for episode 138, and I'll see you next week. Oh yeah, so this weekend I'm opening Oxnard Levity Live for Shang Wang, one of the greatest, most prolific, iconic, unique comedians in the game. Look him up if you must. Oh yeah, I found 2 quarters last week. It's like, who finds 1 quarter, let alone 2? Like, I was like looking on the ground. I mean, not for that, but I was just like, my eyes were there, and I was like, ooh, a quarter. And I bent down and picked it up, and then I looked like to the, I don't forget if it's the left or right. Do not quote me on this, actually. You may quote me on the other one, but do not quote me on this. I looked down to my left. There's another quarter. I'm just like, what are the odds? It's like, it's great to find a penny. Don't get me wrong. It is. I do think it's lucky, and I do think you should give it to a friend or a stranger or a Chipotle worker who's ever around, you know, but there's also just something really nice about like just finding a fucking dime. It's like a dime, and then it's like, I didn't even know you could find a quarter, let alone 2. Okay. Thanks for tuning in. Let me know if you want, if like Tuesday is the best date for this. It's like, should we make it a different day? Like, I'm just rethinking everything. And it's like, not just for the sake of change, just like really getting down to the root. Like, what's the best thing for this, you know? So yeah, that's just where my head's kind of at. Will I make a veggie soup today? I don't know. I've already cut up the celery because it was like wilting in my fridge the other day, and I was like, I'm cutting all of this up, like not all over my dead body am I throwing away the celery. So I cut it all up and like put it in Tupperware, put it in the fridge. And then yeah, I've really just been craving a vegetable soup, so I got a bunch of carrots, onions, I got potatoes. I love potatoes and vegetable soup. And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to do it. Oh my God. I also, and then we'll go, rediscovered Cool Whip. Like, I was at the market and they had this like coconut Cool Whip, and I was like, okay, like I'm listening, you know. And I got it, and I had like a bunch of strawberries that I had just cut up. So I like started dipping the strawberries in the Cool Whip, which is one of my favorite desserts on planet Earth. And my grandma used to make it for me all the time. Like, she invented it, strawberries and Cool Whip. So I had strawberries and coconut Cool Whip. At a certain point, I just abandoned the strawberries, took a spoon, and I was just eating Cool Whip. And I'm not sad about it. I don't feel bad about it. It was one of the greatest afternoons of my life. So yeah, just if you're looking for like a light little snack, because even last night, like you can really feel good about it because you're like, well, I'm eating strawberries. Like I'm just eating fruit and like whatever this like extra little dollop of like healthy coconut cream is. Anyways, I will catch you guys later. Hope you have a great new moon. It's just a time to reset. It's a time to just lock the fuck in. Like we're coming up on the stretch. We're coming up on crunch time, and I know I always think like sometimes like I want everything to be like even and perfect. Like I'm like, well, I want to start December 1st. And it's like, that's just truly probably a form of self-sabotage in your mind. Like it's like, well, no, I want it to be clean. I want it to be exact. It's like, I'll fucking start on November 13th, bitch. I don't give a fuck. Oh my God. So this morning I was taking out Helena. First thing, it was like 6:50. I was holding her. I opened my front door. Oh my God. There's a black cat. I know this black cat, okay? Like I know this black cat. I see it every day. I love it. I have a relationship with this black cat. It's amazing. I've never seen it like we have like I'm not trying to brag, but like a bungalow situation. So it's like, it's like there's a little inside for like a few steps, but it's not like inside. So it's like, I've never seen her this far up my steps. Like she was almost at the door and it scared the fuck out of me. Like, not because it was like her, it was just like, oh my God. First of all, it's like, I don't expect anything to be here, let alone a live black cat. And I like shut the door. And I had to take Helena out the other door because she would probably bark her damn head off if she saw that cat. So yeah, interesting way to start Monday, November 13th, and I'm not mad about it. Thanks for tuning in, TTYL, and we'll see you next week. Bye.